like me, dislikes more than waiting in line. And that's line jumpers. There are those who have taken what they could get without waiting. Those who would have somebody else's cake and eat it too. They're the ones who went for the easy victory, for a cheap triumph that isn't worth even the little they put into it. You know, friends, they need our prayers because they've got all they're going to get. And we as Christians should be living somewhere between the Ten Commandments of the Old Testament, which is the lowest standard for God's people, and the Beatitudes. And the Beatitudes are not something we're called to do. There's something we're called to be. We need to put on a whole new attitude of being so that we can live the Beatitudes out loud for all the world to witness. We can't do it alone. We need the grace of Jesus' gifts of patience, humility, and dignity, along with the grace-filled support of each other. Because, let's face it, it's something that's going to take time. But it's definitely worth the wait. It's way too easy to say to ourselves, oh, I could have had more patience at work, but they really stepped on my last nerve. Or, I should have dropped by the funeral home to pay my respect to my neighbor's father, but I really didn't know the guy all that well. Or, I would have helped that old woman with her car, but I need to get home and start dinner. I could have, but I should have, but I would have, but before you know it, we're all sliding right to hell on our butts. You know, Lent starts this week. It's going to be a long period of waiting, suffering, dying to ourselves until we can rejoice in the Easter victory of the resurrection. It's an opportunity for all of us to train like Olympic athletes in the disciplines of patience, humility, dignity, and prayer. And I've got a suggestion for you. St. John's is going to be holding their Lenten mission on the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. 3 hours out of 40 days. It's called Healing Power of the Eucharist through Faith, Hope, and Love. As I say, 3 hours. And the good thing about it is, even though we're still waiting in line, we're all waiting together. And unlike most of the things that we wait for on this earth, the payoff is definitely going to be worth it. He promised.